Today, this heaven's golden dimension. The story is heaven is filled with broken heart, with sadness, emptiness. This is the name. So let's start it. I was flying in golden female dimension, female expectation dimension. There live male and females. There are countless heaven. Like God said, in eternal, mean eternal. If we all can be observed, I don't know. But that's why our spirit is eternal. To come to know God heart, God sadness, how lonely he was, how empty he was. So when I fly in heaven, I go very much down, so I can observe more intensively sensitivity, intensive environment. And this desperately mystic love actually. So, like I told you, heavens are empty. Vertical heavens, if it is a blue heaven, male aspect of God, or if this is a female aspect of God, in golden dimension they are male and female, and they are so much more mysterious being which cannot be described. Same thing in the blue heaven. There are so many, being female and male, and they are wonders and wonder. You wonder how God created this embodiment of different beings. So I was traveling vertically in direct dominion of golden heaven. At one point in heaven, far away from above, I heard in this heaven like when your loved one die or your loved one say forever goodbye, and this morning mean travasite. The voices was so much desperately broken heart love. And it magnet was so emotional in me that I want to know why in such a wonderful, unique heaven this cry coming out, and so much surrounding love, but like a broken heart. So I came more down, and then I saw one monument of God in this golden heaven. But the unique beauty was, first I thought, life, like a God standing there, because it was so life. And at any moment he can speak. And in the reality, we have a God picture, but this picture represents only one window. But if you see in the reality God, it seems like a universal fire, and fire of golden love, and his universal crystal blue light can swallow the whole eternal heavens. In this moment, all the heavens, female aspect or male aspect, or all the creation in heaven and paradise, when God comes, they are bow position. But when I came more near, I came to know this is a monument of God, but so life. And I saw a different being who was landing there as a light ball. But when they was landing, they opened their balls, and then you can see that they are beings. Otherwise, when they go high speed, they just look like a ball. And in our earth, of course, this earth reflection of many beauties, but this is only beginning steps. But internal heaven, they have countless colors which we cannot find in our beautiful earth. So it means even they have so much nature, beauty, mountain on our earth, so much valley, frequency, remind that when God created even earth, what was in his mind and heart? It tells the concept of his joy and love. And of course, creation was created for joy in love with God. Unfortunately, this earth is now filled with fallen mankind who are cruel, who have a heart of stone, who are greedy, who have many masks and misuse mankind for their purpose, murder, blood, so many worries surrounding this environment filled with darkness. That's why in this world, when somebody takes spiritual journey, he becomes total alone. His family don't understand. His son and daughter don't understand. His mother, his wife partner, they all think that he need a psychological treatment. They all worry about him. But once you go in spiritual world, such a people find out there was psychological sick, and the man who took a long journey, empty journey, to come to know the truth, he was the true person. I can give you many examples before I go continue about this heaven, but few I can give you. Abraham lost his all wealth possession to research about God. Very beginning, he has not clear understanding about God. We can say like a Hinduism. It is an old religion. He saw God, sun is God. Then he saw star, maybe God. Sun and moon. But every time when there was daylight began, and he says, I want to meet this God who will be alive to communicate with me. I could see him. And then in his longingness, his spiritual journey, like I wrote in my book, there was a night time, there was a beautiful stars. And suddenly he saw a universal fire. And Abraham saw the true God who created all the creation. Why is not an Old Testament written this observation story? Why is not in Bible? Why is not in Quran? Because our religion are limited, narrow view, blinds. So Abraham was waiting long time in the history that when new world will begin, kingdom of God, I will share my own observation. Why they did not record it? There are many reasons, consequences, circumstances. I leave it this. And I didn't ask in paradise. Why? Because this why, it takes you another direction, and which you are goes more and more down in fallen world, and you get this reason why this happened. This I don't want. Gautam Buddha, he could become king. He was a son of Maharaja. He has 1,000 most beautiful women. And then he had a queen who was among of 1,000 the most who he married. And this 1,000 other beautiful princes was beside. He has a wonderful palace. And when his parents could not give answer what he was asking, why mankind suffer. Why in this palace we are happy and every wish is fulfilled, but when I go outside, then mankind are living in pain and suffering, hunger and disease. Maharaja, his parent, could not provide answer. Then he asked, if I love you so much, my wife, my parents, all this surrounding environment, if you can give me guarantee that we will meet once again life after death. They kept silence. And when his father, who was a Maharaja, saw that his sadness don't go away and we cannot provide all the answer, he built one city only for the Gautam Buddha, where he see people are dancing, people are happy, people are enjoying, everything is fulfilled, like a paradise on earth. And they say, Gautam Buddha said to everyone, in this city we will let Buddha live and we make sure that he don't see the outside world. Little while Buddha was happy, but one day, night time, he took the horse and he was the son of Maharaja. They tried to stop him, but he did not stop. He said, open the gate. He went outside. About 10 kilometers later, again this suffering was, this pain, this disease. Nobody had the answer after about life. And he was not the only one who was thirsty to come to know the life after death. He was not the only one who lost to research in spirituality his possession, his palaces, his partners of love, and all his kingdom. This is the attraction, magnet, to come to know the true answer if life is on the other side forever. But there's one very small thing, then I go continue my journey in heaven. When Gautam Buddha was born, her mother saw a very beautiful dream while she was pregnant. This all thing I'm telling you because I met Gautam Buddha many thousand times. Also, when I was waiting time for God, he came in this forest, which is many members go as a pilgrimage. And I met him in paradise. So when she was pregnant, Buddha says she was uplifted in paradise. And they gave her showers. And this was mystic environment what she experiences in this wonderful paradise. And they also gave shower to her son, which name later became from Gautam to Gautam Buddha. So that time there was many astrology, many special people who can read how the star moves, and they ask about his nature. So very interested, the people who can check the hand, astrology and many things, and who was also spiritual. They says if Gautam Buddha will be, his attraction will be in direction of material world, then he will be one emperor, one Kaiser. But if his attraction or change to direction to come to know the spirituality, then he will be everlasting Kaiser Emperor who will provide the answer which no one can give the answer. And he will bring some truth, some observation. So they tried to, his parents and all environment, that my son, Maharaja, my son, he should not be small king, he should become emperor. And they try everything, but more and more when Buddha was growing, his attraction was changing from material worries into the direction of to know the internal answer. Now in this time period, until our time period, 21st century, Buddha came about 2,600 years ago, even before the Christ. And we cannot imagine, or we can imagine how many thousand emperor came, Kaiser. They came and they gone. Nobody knew among of us. We don't remember how many came. But we remember Gautam Buddha, the man who got the answer from heavens. His all answer was given when he said, I am ready to lose everything. I will go in dark nights and research until I will receive those answers from the Creator, from heaven. And he got the answer. And that's why, small thing, then I go further. The Buddhists believe Buddha was the first one who entered in paradise. And paradise doors was roasted. And Buddha tried to open it. He put his whole energy, whole power. Finally, he could open the door of paradise, and there was nobody there. So they believed he was the first one. When I met Gautam Buddha, I says, first of all, in heaven there are no doors. Whoever longing, whoever spirituality, serious, wish to find out with his whole heart, with his whole journey, he can meet, he can travel, he can observe, he can experience. Twice a Buddha, Gautam, there is no door of paradise. And now Gautam Buddha could share with his folk, his people, his believer. Symbol story he kept simple and not revealing simple languages, just like Jesus. He kept always he revealing in symbols. Peter is very angry. He said, why you don't speak people simple languages? Why always symbol, typical? You don't share. And then in the end, when his mission was failure, Jesus, he prophesying, I come back, or when, I would say second, when he will come, the Messiah, he will not speak with you simple languages. Yes. He will speak with you simple languages without complication, and he will be forever with you. Now the Christianity who are kakalaki, crutches of Bible. They say, where is it written in the Bible? I would say, I have a life relationship with Jesus. I don't need to look at where it's written in the Bible. He gave me his testimony, life in paradise. And your Bible is not so perfect the way you think or believe, your blind belief. Go to the specialist and check your New Testament, which is recorded about Jesus. It is telling 48-hour record of Bible, what is there inside. So question is, if Jesus was living 48 hours, this is the blindness of Christianity. And same thing on the other side standing Buddha, who is left these symbol stories. And Jesus was the one, not so many people know, 600 of Christ, 600 of Buddha. Nobody discovered this thing. That after Jesus said, I was traveling after knowing at the age of 12. Sorry about my hustling, my asthma. Maybe you can cut this sentence. He went with Caravana in direction of Kashmir. Not so many people know that he was a one-time Hindu yogi. Other time he was a Buddhist. He spent a lot of time. He knows Jesus. He knows Buddha teaching, principle, his ethics, moral. He knows everything. He was a one-time Buddhist, and before he was a Hindu yogi. So he knows the whole Old Testament. He knows about teaching of Buddha. He knows Hinduism. And this is very famous, which is recorded in the Old New Testament. If somebody hits you one buck, you check, you give the other check. This is not a Jesus teaching. This Buddha was telling before even Jesus came. Before Jesus, 2600 before. This was a Gautam Buddha teaching. So there are many things hidden. We all come to know. Every curtain will be removed if we love God with whole heart and with our spirit and whole soul. Then curtain can be taken away. So Buddha said, Anand, we say Ananda in German. He was angry like a Petrus. He said to one man coming and saying, I believe I can meet God. He said, God doesn't exist. Buddha. This man who was longing, he got into a trap. This trap. He was shocked, such a great teacher, saying God doesn't exist. This man fired to research God was cooled down. Who was responsible for this? Gautam Buddha. After a while, another man comes and he said, I believe God don't exist. He was atheistic. And there Buddha said, maybe he exists. You see, that's disaster of symbol language mislead all mankind. These are all symbol. I come back. Mama say, I come back. So they are waiting for their physical appearance. And Old Testament, Jewish was waiting also. Elijah who came before Christ, 900 years before, they believe he will come back. Even every house has one chair. When Elijah come back, the Old Testament prophet, maybe he come and landed in our house. So they have one physical chair for him. There Jesus is opening the symbol. They say Elijah will come, and Elijah already came. They say, who is Elijah? He said Elijah's spirit is working with the John the Baptist. Elijah is another prophet who came 900 years ago. His spirit is working. The son of Zahid, who was living in the present time of Jesus, he opened this symbol. They did not believe it. They prosecute Jesus. And now the Christian behaving typical Orthodox Jewish. And they're believing now what Jewish was believing about Elijah. Now they believe about Jesus, that he will come back. His appearance. You see that? What Christianity have learned when Jesus said nobody will come from heaven. And Elijah's spirit, he said, working with the John the Baptist. So simple this. And Jewish even today, 2000 years gone, they crying on this wall of Travaset in the moon. Oh Elijah, when you will come back? So Messiah comes. I mean, their Messiah did not come. Christianity became worldwide religion, their Messiah didn't come. You see the ignorance, you see the blindness, and now Christianity behaving same way what Jewish people was behaving few thousand years before. And were believing that Elijah comes. They say excuse me, this is not Elijah, this is John the Baptist. But Jesus said, that's Elijah's spirit working because his spiritual senses was open. So they went to John the Baptist. His spiritual senses was blind because he believed Old Testament, Sharia system, laws. To see Elijah working with him, John the Baptist, he had to take new teaching of Jesus. He don't want only 1-2 places he witnessed, but actually he should be lived forever as the first follower like a Peter and lead the way, build the bridge between Jewish and Jesus. No, he did not do that. In the end, result we saw, his head was cut off because he don't want to see the way Jesus wanted that he should become spiritual. You see that? But we are making, as a fallen human being, continue mistakes. And now Christianity behave and act and waiting that someplace, space, Jesus gonna fall down. What did Christianity learn? Christianity was now blind. Jewish was blind. And then came Islam. They took exactly this inheritance and looking to the heaven and believing that also that Jesus will come. They have two concepts. They have an Imam and then Jesus will come. Imam will prepare and then Jesus will come. But they have a very strange concept. When Jesus will come, they believe physically, Islam, he will kill all the pox. Now imagine, to kill all the pox, let's say Jesus come now, if to kill all the pox, what you think, this one life is enough for Jesus? Even he become Mecca, or he has 12 with him, with big knife, but they need 1,000 years, 1,000 years, I don't know, to kill all the pox in the world. So Christians will remain hunger and they will never find any pox. That's a physical concept of Islam. Then he will break all the cross what Christianity has on churches, or they have this locket and this cross. Jesus will break all the crosses. Again, Jesus needed 10,000 years because Christianity is number one religion. They asked, billion who has carried the cross? You see the blindness of Islam now? And only this is not enough. She is going to sit down on the horse and lead the war against Christianity. Amazing. And then Imam Mahdi is going to be with him like a Elijah come and John the Baptist. Elijah be together with Messiah. And they create war. And he will force violently, he's going to sit down with the horse. New technology, he's going to sit down with the horse. And he will lead the war. And he will violently, Jesus is going to convert all the Christians to become Muslim. Wow! One blind, I do not know, evil or worse, who is the more worse blind? Such amazing, strange stories in Islam. He will come out, the sky will be opened up, and they will see Jesus. He put his both hands on the shoulder. Amazing. I do not know who created more story, Muhammad or Jesus or Buddha. and he will come near Damascus in one temple, and then when he will put his feet, wow, he gonna be Muslim. Amazing thing. This time he will be not a Christian or whatever, he will be Muslim. And he lead the war. We are living atomic, new, dangerous technology. Amazing. Even Jesus can be lead million or billion people with the horses. He has a zero chance. I pray your eyes will be open, and I repeat those stories again and again together with my observation. Why? I remember in Pakistan they say, oh, you talk so much about love, maybe talk about something else. I said, no, I will continue about love so long this love of God will be not dwell in your bone and in your skin. Because I saw they are so blind, they are not interested. Even they was coming that I fulfill their material wishes. They was coming for their material worries. From the other side, Ananda got angry. In Christianity, Jesus, Peter got angry with Jesus, and this side, Ananda got angry. He says, what kind of stories, how you treat? One wanted to meet God. You say God doesn't exist. One side he came atheistic, he said God doesn't exist. And you say maybe Ananda was angry too. Quit your symbols. And Gautam Buddha said, it disturb you? He said, yes, it disturb me. He said, this is your answer. That's the way they were guiding and treating mankind. But only 1 century God says, this is my timing to come. Kingdom of God will build on earth. To build the kingdom of God, we have to be spiritual, not blind religious people, and not leading the way Gautam Buddha, Jesus and Muhammad lead their religion blindly. Today time is a spiritual time. It means your 5 senses in the love of God will be colored, and everything you can see life after death. Your spiritual senses mean your spiritual senses will open up, and it will be colored in God love. You will observe life after death. You will go and travel with your spirit, mysterious journey. You will make experiences, angel and God, countless creation. And then you will meet God. That means spirituality. And for this I'm sharing future mankind. This mankind which are living present, blocking my way, they are not worthy for that. So, on the spiritual journey, first, this old prophet was non-complex. They don't want any religion. Simply they want to know God with their heart. And they made God. But then they make a limitation for their religion, for their people. Oh, no one will be like me, like a Jesus. Only I know God and God knows me. Nobody can. It's enough. if students should be like a teacher, but not higher than teacher. And what Christianity built up, or Catholics, this doctrine, you only can meet Father through Jesus. You see, one block then other block. In our movement, there many became prophet. All these books which is helping, these books are books of love, filled with light, and opening them spiritually so they can have their own experiences in eternal life. So coming back now, my observation, I saw in golden heaven, wow, there were so many beings was coming with different color. Different crystal ball. They can travel with the speed of multi-light, or they can also travel blink of eyes. Depend on the light, which creation they was coming. If they are indirect dominion creation, they need a timing. If they are higher creation, they can be any, they can fly too, but they can be any part of universe, physical and internal, eternity, blink before eyes. And God gave me this light. Blue and golden, I can be any place. Blink of eyes, not only this, I can travel in the past how much I want. God gave me many experiences where no creation was even created. You can be in present, you can come to know many discovery about future. Depends on light. So here I see this all this coming in this heaven, this trillion and trillion, I do not know, I could not count different color balls. And then they open and spirit come out. So their value is, with light their value is telling how special they are and how near they are with God. And then I saw what they were saying. I heard what they were saying, I came also. Such a wonderful, unique heaven that you see each direction million years. And your eyes don't want to turn on the other side. No eyes can imagine those wonders and wonders. And then they was all standing in this monument. And the monument of God says, I find out later, God came here and He was guiding. We can say He was giving lecture. So every place is in heavens where God was visiting, this became a monument of love. And heaven says, wherever God was in 1 second or 2 seconds was standing, they see this is our everlasting destination. And I heard this song. This song, how I feel, I cannot describe my feeling, but like when tree fall from the root. Such a wonderful voice, unique, composed. composing music. And these beings was singing. And was saying to God, oh God, every place in heaven, a short moment when you were there, we embraced this place. We don't want it to go, let this feeling go away. And, oh Creator, truth left behind, worship left behind. Oh Creator, look at in our heart if there is another wish left. Oh God, wherever we find those moments, like in this world, for the cruel people, the politics, you or somebody, you make it carpet, red carpet, or for Hollywood, whatever. But there they're saying, God, we will make with our eyelashes this carpet, if you come one more time. So every monument, they go so much, like with this eyelashes, they make a carpet like so much tear comes, like some small streams or buck of love with tear come out. Oh God, wherever you will be eternal, we don't want to know. We are not spy. We only wish in with whole heart that keep this fire of love in our heart so internal. Our love grow more, and there should not be any moment that we forget you. One breath, 1 second. You see the heaven which are filled with everything of happiness. There is no wish left. Look at them. Look at this fallen man. And you can have an answer by yourself. Oh, most beloved, Creator of all creation, we love to be every moment, every second. We want to bow there, bow in love. But all this monument, again and again reminding us, please, one more time, you should visit in our heaven. All this moment of all this eternal springtime was together. When you was there, your present. Where those springtime gone? Even I saw in paradise and heaven, spend time, change in few seconds, and remind God love. It's a very special, missing. And paradise is filled with songs and also high heaven. To compose the music, we can come to know the angel and other creation, how they compose the music. And here I'd like to share something more. In the end, I hope I don't forget. And they were saying, every time when we look at this moment, we feel everything is in the heaven, but you took with you this moment of love, this springtime with you. Only memory is left in our heart, memory of love. All heaven, even they are wonder and wonder, but we feel like they are black cloud over our heart. We beg to you, God, one more time. Wow. One more time. So this cloud would become clear in your love. One more time. And every paradise, every heaven, the only thing I heard, one more time. Even they saw God so many times. But again, one more time. Wow. And look at this evil word. You can compare by yourself. If I go this direction, only angerness is going to come out. And they say, Scott, even heavens desperately longing. Like a field, when you don't get a rain, field becomes dry. So they are saying, one more time. So with your rain of love, once again our field of heart grow in your, and we come to the more deepest value of love. And they are telling God, comes again. See our heart that in this heart, like a bird have a net. When they grow, then small children fly away. In our this nets, this heart, there is nothing left, but only waiting time for your love. Look at God. They was challenging the creator of all creation. Cutting my true thing and there is no one left. Only thought left for you. Look at our universal consciousness. We are traveling in different heavens, in different eternity. We became strangers. We have no more home where we say, okay, this heaven is our home. Our home is now future. Every heaven there's a service in this earth. There's VIP, I was in 6-star hotel. But heaven, there are 6 billion star places in heaven to serve you. But they don't feel home. Until one more time. Let me see you. One more time, the last time. And after they say one more time. So thirsty in the love of God. So hungry. Without God, they cannot settle down in heaven. Oh, God too left behind. Paradise left behind, heaven thou left behind. We are researching whole eternity. Now only you. There's nothing. But only in this one heart you are opening so many windows of love. And all this paradise and heaven, wherever they see this monument, their spirit find peace actually. Now I forget the story which I wanted to share. Oh my God. My mind is blown up. Only I try to remember with heart. So then more or less my memory come back. Now I don't remember this story which I had a journey with God. And what God was sharing. You see that? That's why if this moment is heaven giving me inspiration of love, blue light is sitting here. So they're saying, whatever you remember, tell. And I thought I gonna complete this first, their journey, heaven story, then I will tell. And now I forget. So I was standing there and in this heaven, and I was laying there like I'm in coma. And my heart was crying out, Zahid, how are you going to express all what you saw with your spirit? They will never understand this dark, fallen being who are living in surrounding worry of this material. More and more I travel in future, in heaven. Only one sentence come out. My heart breaks down. I say, how little I know. For my Creator, this universal ocean of love, without limitation. And I drink only few drops. Very pity that in the end I wanted to share my journey, but now I don't have. I totally forget. And if I will remember, I will share However, I saw that every being of heaven different color after they was together. I saw God. Light was surrounding. But God did not come out. Universal light out. The frequency in the light was present. God did not come out from the light. Many ask, why did not come out? He should come out like a Michael Jackson. No. I saw where Michael Jackson is. He could not even, he could enter light middle dimension, lower dimension. I was so much surrounding this loneliness, this emptiness, this sadness, broken heart. And I have a wish that God should come out from universal light. But God did not come. So with more broken heart, feeling all these beings fly away from this heaven. Only I left. I bowed down these statues and I was crying so much. Then my sadness became light. I felt so much peace. And then I fly back. If this love story could make you or uplifted your to thinking your universal consciousness, and you cross the line of truth and you dwell in the universal love of God, then this truth here will open many windows of observation. And you will be so thankful. There are many creations, but we have one heart. But in this heart, there are not a million billion windows. There are countless windows. And we go through this window and complete our journey in love. Complete our values in love with God. How far this journey will be? Where will we end up? I don't know. To seems me there's a trillion or years not enough to complete this journey. So please, give a little bit time for your spirit. Otherwise, your spirit, there will be many dark clouds. And you are blind on this earth, you will be blind in the spiritual world. It means you're going to be in low dimension. Then you wonder and ask, where we are? Nobody can give you answer where you will be. So thank you. And if I were to remember this, my one story of observation, I would share here. Because every night I'm traveling in the future, eternity. And I'm also losing my memory because future is my home. To embrace God is my home. There's so much to discover about God. In the end, your mind will be backward. Your universal Consciousness will be backward. Truth will be backward. Only love will remain. And this love will color you in God love. And more you want to have light, more it tells you value in spiritual life.